Martial arts or bodybuilding? Which one is better for the everyday person? In this video, I'm going to make the case for why martial arts is a better way to train for the everyday person. But before we get into it, let me just say that any form of training is better than none. So if you really want to go train like a bodybuilder, go do it because, get moving, get active, and go train, go do some sports. But in this video, yeah, we're going to talk about why I believe that martial arts style training is the best type of training for the everyday person and why it's better than bodybuilding. So let's get into the video. So the first point is function over aesthetics. Of course, bodybuilding, you look good on camera. You probably get some followers when you're posting your pics on Instagram. You get some likes. But let's be honest, let's be true. Being that big isn't actually that functional for real life. If you need to scratch your back, you're gonna struggle when you're the Hulk and you're not kind of trained in no mobility, flexibility, and then of course cardio as well. A lot of these bodybuilder guys that you see online don't do no cardio. You know how bad that is for you, like your heart and just your ability, your health in general, really. Like you need to do a mix of everything, and that's why I love martial arts, because it really is function over aesthetics. You're training your speed, training power, endurance, flexibility. You're training a bit of everything, and of course, martial artists still lift weights, but instead of kind of doing split workouts like a bodybuilder, where you're targeting one part of your body every training session, as a martial artist, you're probably just going to be training your whole body. You're doing exercises that are going to be working your whole body. And that's how I train every single day. I train my whole body every day because I think it's a waste of time to just train one body part every single day. I feel like, I want to be working more than just the one body part. But of course, look, if you're getting paid or you want to get paid for how you look and you want to be massive and big, then go do that. But martial arts training for the everyday person, if you're a worker, if you're whoever you are, you're living your life, martial arts training is going to benefit you because, like I said, you're getting all the other benefits. You're getting your strength, power, endurance, flexibility, mobility, and real life skills. So yeah, that's the first point in the video. Now let's move over to the next one. All right, next point is sustainability and health. Of course, to be a bodybuilder, you really need to commit to training like 2, maybe 3 times a day, eating loads of food, supplements. And if you really want to get as big and look as good as a lot of these people online, then you're probably going to have to take in extra things that I wouldn't recommend putting in your body, because at the end of the day, it's very, very hard to get as big and as jacked as a lot of these people online without taking something extra. But yeah, just all of that, the sustainability and health, eating all that food, putting all those different things into your body, that's not good for you. It's going to come back to bite you in the ass eventually. And with martial arts training, you go into a dojo, you go into a karate dojo or whatever, a boxing gym, you can see 60, 70, 80-year-olds still there. And of course, you can still lift weights when you're that old as well. But you can't be as big, that you can't be as muscular your whole life. Of course, when you get older, that your muscles start to decline. That's normal. My granddad is a big gym guy. He was a big kind of bodybuilder kind of style guy. He still goes to the gym right now. He's in his 80s. Shout out to my granddad. He's an inspiration. But of course, he gets a bit discouraged because his size, he used to be a big guy, like a bodybuilder guy, and his size isn't quite it's not, obviously, he's an old man. His size is declined and he gets like, oh, I'm getting thin and this and that. But that's what happens when you get older. Your muscle size is going to go down, but it's just still great to go to the gym when you're in that age. But I just think martial arts training, there's real longevity to it. There's real health benefits to it. From, like I said in the previous points, that you're not just training your strength, you're training power, speed, flexibility, mobility, and actual like real life skills and real skills that you're learning there for each art. So yeah, for the sustainability and for the health, martial arts wins every single day. And now let's go on to that next point. Okay, next point, confidence and self-defense. Now, I will admit that confidence, you will get confident when you're a bodybuilder, when you're lifting weights, you're big and you're strong. Undoubtedly, I'm not going to argue that you get confident with that. I feel more confident. I feel good when I'm, lifting weights and bigger and stronger. But the realest kind of confidence that you can get is when you are learning a martial art, when you are learning how to defend yourself, when you're learning how to defend other people, when you're putting yourself in that environment where it's very uncomfortable, it's wild, you don't know, it's unpredictable, you don't know what's going to happen next. And when you're putting yourself in that situation and you're learning how to deal with it, you're learning how to overcome it, that confidence is so powerful and it's so deep rooted that you don't have to say nothing. You can just look at a person and tell when they know how to fight. There's a deep rooted confidence, there's a deep rooted self-belief there that lifting weights will just not give you. Of course, you can look good when you're lifting weights, but that deep rooted confidence is going to come from martial arts training. Because let's face it, you never know what's going to happen in life. You could be on a night out with your friends, even if you are a big muscular guy. If someone sticks it on you and punches you up, or tries to take you down or throw you around, you got to know how to defend yourself. You got to know how to deal with that. And it might not be you, it could be your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever, your family. And yeah, it's having that knowledge that okay, I've put myself in these situations where I'm in fights or I'm in grappling contests, and I know what to do if someone gets hold of me, or I know what to do if someone throws a punch at me. That confidence is a true superpower, and it's a superpower that anyone can attain. So yeah, that is for confidence, no doubt, more confidence for martial arts. And of course, the self-defense aspect of it as well, like I was just talking about. When you know how to defend yourself, it's a life skill, and it's a life skill that not many people have these days. And a lot of people can think, oh, we live in a nice civilized world, but you never know what's going to happen. If you live in a city or in a town, you never know what's going to happen. And if you're going out to pubs and clubs, you drink too much, people are drinking too much, they're doing whatever else they're doing, and it's very easy, and you see it all the time where fights break out. So just having a bit of knowledge to know that you can defend yourself, you know what to do if someone's trying to punch you or attack you, or one of your friends, one of your loved ones, then you know what to do. So yeah, that's one of the biggest benefits, one of the biggest points that martial arts will give you, that nothing else in this world can give you. It's not just bodybuilding can't give you that. Nothing. If you're a footballer, if you're a rugby player, basketball player, I don't know, whatever you want to do, martial arts is going to give you that truest confidence that nothing else can give. So let's get down to the punchline. Basically, bodybuilding, lifting weights makes you look good, and look, there's a lot of benefit to it. You get confidence as well, but it's not built to last. Bodybuilding, weightlifting, it's not built to last. You can still do it when you're older, but your muscles aren't going to grow as much. So it's just an exercise because you like doing it, I guess. But martial arts is lifelong. You're a lifelong learner. You can learn new skills. You could be a 70-year-old and still have new things to learn with martial arts. It's going to keep you in incredible shape. You see these black belts, or you see all of these people, like these older martial artists who can do crazy things. They're as flexible as ever, they're as healthy as ever. And because martial arts is an all-round health and fitness winner. It's a health and fitness cheat code. So yes, go get into it, my people. Go try some martial arts. I'm going to get back into it as soon as possible as well. And that is the end of this video. Give me a like, give me a comment, and yeah, let me know what you think in those comments. Are you a bodybuilder, you martial artist? What's your favorite way of training? Let me know in those comments, and I'll be back with you for another video very soon, people. Take it easy.